Good morning, everybody. Just getting ready to go live with co-host Susan. We're going to be doing some activations. We're going to do some card readings, taking one question per person, and we're going to do some collective energies. So let's wait. Well, give it a few seconds for people to join. And as people join, we'll get some cards ready for some energy activations. We'll see what's going on in the energies for the collective as we come into Thanksgiving weekend. So let's see what the cards want to tell us. Let's see what's going on here. Doesn't look like a huge amount of people coming in right now. So we'll just wait for our co-host. Good morning. Thanks for joining. We're going to be doing some one question per person. We're going to do some collective readings. So if you have a question, certainly put it into the chat window. I also have time to do some paid readings, which are above. I have a holiday sale going on for full readings, 35 instead of 55, 35 for personal light language healing. And if you just want to experience a short light language healing, I have 10 for a mini and 10 for a mini read. So with that, let's see if anybody has any questions that they'd like answered. If you put your question into the comments, just waiting for my co-host Susan. As soon as she's ready, we will start answering some questions. Looks like she's just getting on, and so let's see if I can get her. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, it seems like TikTok is not taking backgrounds anymore. I've been yelling at them about that. Oh. I had all my nice backgrounds there. I had my little holiday sale. You know what? I don't think it was the Black Friday sale that they flagged me on. I think it was because my little picture of me on the screen was so small that they're automatically AI is saying that nobody's on the screen. Because every one of the videos I've posted, I even changed it to holiday sale and see what happened. Still got flagged for about 30 seconds or so. And then after I refreshed it about five times, it went from being flagged to not being flagged. So who knows? I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Sunday morning. How's everyone doing? Larry and I are on again. We're going to do a little bit of a collective as well as we do some light language, possibly Reiki, depending on what's coming through. You can put in one free question per person, and then usually Larry has in his background what the specials are, so you can ask for a mini as well as a full offline, and then also if you want, I guess, what is it, 15 or 20 for messages from your person?
Yeah, and like I said, for those of you who want something, I do have a sale just personally for me for just this week. It's till the end of November, where I'm doing a full reading for 35 and also a full light language for 35. That is an incredible steal. And if you're looking for your own personal light language mini, just for today, it's a flash sale. I'm going to give $10 for anybody who wants just a mini activation with light language. It's a great way to try it without going full in. So let us know if you're interested. Unfortunately, the TikTok took all my stuff off my screen. I had a whole nice, wonderful background, and they're just killing it. I don't know why. They're not really responsive on checking, but it only happens when you co-host. When you're not co-hosting, the screen looks great.
Interesting. Well, yeah. Me and Shelby are going to try the TikTok tonight because Instagram's been brutal. I don't know. She hasn't been able to see me. It's just been weird. All right. So let's see what's going on in the collective. Does anyone have any questions or anything that's going on? Oh, Mr. Rob 333, 4 threes.
Hey.
Let's see. Hello. How is everyone doing this Sunday morning?
And I actually put my glasses on so I can actually see, and it's 10:10 right now. So welcome to 10:10.
You have some party fun going on at your house, not mine.
Yeah, no, I'm just dog sitting and my daughter's back from college. So it's a,
Oh, that's sweet though.
yes, it is.
Yes. All right. So
And
let's
I
see
get a
what.
little pet friend for a week and then I can give it back. And I'm okay
You
with
know
that.
what? I saw my sister yesterday, and I was playing a lot with her pet. Yeah, I think I need to suck that one up and do that for next year.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is our throat chakra we're working on, and actually, family was pretty calm. So we have follow your north. So if you don't know your north node, make sure you're. Oh wow, double confirmation. I've never gotten two in one. So
Wow.
your compass really, and that's twos are important, as well as a lot of people are healing their heart. So the heart with a little nurse hat on it. So if you're feeling into that green or pink, that's what's going on, as well as this moon cycle. If anyone felt that last moon cycle, it kicked a lot of us in the tush.
Sure did.
So,
Still hurting for that one.
that was
A
just
little
10-10.
preparation H.
I don't know what it did. Yeah, it was pretty strong one. All right, we got 5 on here, so changes come in. Up to you, Larry. Do you want to start with the collective and then I'll pull some
Yeah,
or
let's start.
tarot?
I'm going to pull a collective energy read. And if you've looked at my morning reads, they've been very interesting lately. Definitely do visit my TikTok channel or my Insta or YouTube for the morning reads because the energies have been really, really conducive for love for this last like week and a half. So there's some interesting energies coming in for today, right? And first one for the collective is envy, right? And why are we
Mm,
seeing this envy? Many of us have been kind of sitting in a really dark cycle where things have just kind of fallen apart. Things haven't worked the way we wanted them to. And we're like, why not me? I see all these people, they're not healing, they're not working on themselves, and why are they getting all this great abundance? Well,
mm-hmm.
Spirit's saying, just keep opening that door to Spirit, right? Keep opening, keep working on it. And guess what? There's blossoming abundance coming through into the energies today, as well as the sun. And when we see the sun, and if you look at it, it's the entire world. You've got, you know, the water, you've got the sun, you've got the plants, you've got the animals. They're all in here. And effectively, Spirit saying, as you keep on opening that door, yeah, I know it's been hard, it's been tough, but as you truly open that door to your inner self and to your spirit, well, that abundance is going to be blossoming. It may not come in the time you want it, but it takes a while to align to some of these things. And don't worry, justice is coming.
Those are good cards. Those are really good
Yep.
cards. So we'll take the sun
Yeah,
and abundance.
best cards I've seen for the collective in a while.
Yeah, right. All right, let's see.
So
Let's do some life.
maybe that Pluto moving into it's just finally starting to, filter in. It was 430 years or whatever that was last time. Uh, or 430 years the next time it comes back into a Capricorn. So, it takes a little while to filter that shit back in. It's not like a light switch that just turns on and automatically everything happens. You just have to let it filter in its time. You're going to see drips and drabs until it really starts to flow.
Oh, we got
That's what
money
I've been
team
seeing
joining
into.
us. So we got money team. So the abundance is coming in. All right, let's do some regular tarot. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Yeah. 10 of Wands, fiery, burdens, extra responsibility. So they really want you to release these burdens right now, because after that, once you release that, is this 10 of Cups. So like I was saying, that sun is on the other side of what can you release? And holy crap, I just realized that is 10-10.
That's right.
10-10.
I always look at that card right there with the guy with his head buried in, and I call that you don't see the forest through the trees because you're so mucked and mired, as you said, burdened, that you
Mm-hmm.
can't see what's coming. And boy, you're going to get hit with you're gonna get hit with a frying pan on all the abundance coming in.
So
Those are great cards.
let go, so you can have this come in, as well as it was all about getting emotionally balanced. Okay, so that's what this is all about. Why does someone keep asking to join? Emotionally balanced, yeah. Make sure you have control so you can step into your leadership role. So this is letting go, and then this is your transition period. You're moving to these dude, I'm gonna get annoyed with this guy. I'm gonna block him. You're moving to calmer waters. Okay, so trust that and see those swords you can see, he let them down. He's not carrying them. He put them actually into the boat. All right. So he put them into the ground. Technically, he let them go. He took each one out and he put them down. So you have to do that. All right. A lot of you have these difficult decisions coming up. So trust your intuition. This is going to be testing your intuition because there's going to be some illusions. There's going to be some tests coming in. You have to trust because on the other side is this happiness, which is soul family coming in to help, as well as could be your partner coming in.
Yay.
It's
We're waiting
love and
for that
harmony.
one.
Yeah, it's love and harmony. All right. So you have to let this go. Let the heartache, whatever was done to you, was to open you up, not to hurt you. All right. So the more that you can forgive yourself too. You put yourself in that situation. So we can't always blame the other person. We did it to ourselves.
Yep.
All right. All lessons.
Those are great
so you are the
cards.
star. So trust yourself. You are the star. You can come out of this. There's hope. There's faith. And then that's what's going to bring you into this fast thinking as well as this action, okay? And moving into where you're supposed to be. So trust that, because this is going to be your Six of Cups. It's going to be your happy ending, all right? But you have to let go of this financial loss or any of the losses. Whatever was taken from you was for you, not to hurt you, was to bring in something better. So the more you trust that, oh, Mr. Bless jumped on. Absolutely.
Yep. And Ace says hello. And who doesn't love a happy ending? I'm just saying, who does not love a happy ending?
We can go with that.
Little fun humor today. So with that, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, we're doing one question per person. And if you would like your own personal reading, just let us know.
Absolutely. We got 2 on here, so let's see what's going on. It's a slow holiday weekend right before the holidays. Whew. All right, let's see. I'm going to do some of these infinite energy and see where the energy is right now. See what's going on. Bamboo. Welcome. Anyone wants to pop in a question in the chat? Once we get through the collective, we will get to your question. Just saw the sun, but a lot of you need to cut cords, which is just energetic cords. So don't be frightful. That's not going to cut anyone out. Yeah, these are just lessons. All right. So this is all teaching you. And leading you into your healing as well as your strong energy. So warrior energy, Venus, love and beauty relationships, as well as bringing you into a higher level relationship. Be careful or be paying attention. You're getting messages from your higher self. And if you're on here, Larry and I are channeling them for you. So just trust that. You had contracts, you have commitment agreements, and some of you have marriage that's coming in. So these are contracts that are coming in. You have to accept them and let go of the old. All right. Someone might be coming in to apologize. So forgive yourself to be open to this reconciliation. Okay. Someone regrets how they treated you. So be open to this. All right. Let your guards down. Okay. It's all in how you react to it.
All right. And Ace would like to have a message from his higher self. So we're going to do a message from Ace's higher self. Those are great cards you've been pulling. It's good energies today. So
the song is Love is a Battlefield. So make sure you put your sword down.
Oh, nice. All right. So let's see what we have for Ace. Ace, your higher self has given you 2 cards, right? First one is let your true colors show so your tribe knows how to find you. So your spirit, your higher self is saying it's time for you to take the mask off. You see how she's got a mask on there? Yank that mask off, be your true self. And perspective is a matter of where you stand. So what Spirit's also saying is be open to other people's perspective. As you're saying your truth, also understand that other people have their own truths from their perspective. The more you understand it, the more you're in that place of understanding, the more things will go forward for you. So those are your messages. For those of you who have gotten cards, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. We do love donations. However, they are not required, but what is required for the energy exchange is a like, share, and a follow. And also probably a good idea to put your notifications on because we sometimes do a little pop-up, either one of us, and make sure you're following both. so that you'll get those notifications when either of us are popping up, because we also do some separate ones as well with other people. And so, get your breath of the energies of what everybody has to offer and see where you align with.
Absolutely. Does anyone else have a question in the chat? Welcome, Gerald and Emily, Noelia, Brenda. Oh, all right. Northern Lights, thank you for all the love and energy you're sending. I appreciate that. All righty. Say hi. All right, I don't have any
So if
questions.
we don't have
in
any
the
questions,
chat. Yeah.
I'm going to pull some love
Laura.
energies.
Yeah, why don't you some love?
I'm feeling called to see what the fairies want to say about love today. So, Spirit, what are you going to tell us about what's going on with love for today? I had some crazy ones for Scorpio. They had a great read and a tough read at the same time. They had a lot of energies on both sides. It's just a matter of whether they decided to choose for it. But let's see what the collective. Are you telling me? There we go. Okay. So, got a few cards here for the collective here. So for a lot of you, responsibilities have really taken their toll. You've been in those responsibilities. You've been distracted from anything love because the responsibilities are right there. And Spirit's saying that magnetism is going to start coming to you because you've been doing the work. You've been taking the time out. You've been hermiting. You've been kind of just out there. But you're going to start attracting things. Spirit's asking you to, get out of that responsibility space and kind of get into that tease. Tease just means be in a lighter energy, be relaxed, be playful. Why? Because your heart's got a burning desire to bring something in. And let's see what it is bringing in. Your heart is bringing in a healing connection, right? And so it's in there, it's in the offing, but you've got to relax yourself out there. You can't be in that chaser energy. I'm going to pull one more card too, and it's going to be a fearless love. So you're not going to be afraid of this one. You're not going to be afraid of the commitment. It's gonna really be a good healing one, and it'll come in when you're ready to. You have to relax yourself and get out of those responsibilities first. So some really good cards coming in.
Very good cards coming in. All right, I have a question over here. So Northern Lights wants to know whether she should stay with Wilson. So I was asking it. It says they want you to ask something else. So usually when Spirit says that, they want you to trust your own intuition, as well as came out. But after that it looks good. So really, you need to trust your own intuition, whether you want to stay with Wilson or not. Because they're just saying more time is necessary. So maybe not to make the decision right now. To really feel into that energy and see how you feel about it. So they really want you to go into meditation and trust your intuition.
And I found one more card from the energy of the fairies. It was stuck in the deck, so it meant to come out. For some of you, there's a rekindling coming down in the future. So there's a potential. Be careful. What I'm getting is that you need to use your discernment. Make sure that the energies are coming in correctly.
Always. Yeah, absolutely. Always. But it's also a test of emotion. So have you come far as well? So don't always use your judgment on the other person, but also, are you reacting? Are you getting triggered? So pay attention to that, because that means you still have some healing to do too.
Yeah, and that's a great point that Susan's making, because a lot of people who identify with the divine feminine, they're always upset at their divine masculine. Why hasn't he come in? Why isn't he healing? Why isn't she doing what she's supposed to, right? And the reason is because you're not doing what you're supposed to, because you don't focus on them. It has nothing to do with you other than your attachment that is causing you to feel that way. You have to release all those attachments. And you have to allow things to flow as they flow, and it may not be your person or it may be your person, but the more you hold on to it, the less it's going to happen. You just keep pushing it away.
Absolutely. All right, so I pulled some from these spirit animals. Let's see. All right, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So Sacred Forest Oracle. So we're in alignment because it's 7 and 8 came out. So Bluebird, your happiness is here. So all is well. Say yes to life and let your doubts dissolve. Don't wait until the future. Live life fully now. You do not need to struggle or suffer to grow. You just have to grow leaps and bounds amid joy. So really be in this happiness, the joy, that sun energy, because 8 is after that. So 7, 8. So you're going right down the right path. And this is your transformation. Okay. So this is all leading you to your transformation. The past is behind you. Everything is changing. It's time to launch a new cycle, a new project. With care, miracles can abound. So you are going through that. And then underneath that is the spirit guardian of summer. So you're expanding. You're growing. You're going through your activate. Oh, wow. Yeah. After that is activation. So let go, let go,
Wow.
let go, and then success.
Let it go. Yeah. I mean, really let it go.
Let go of those burdens because that's what's holding you back. You're going through this transformation. Yeah, that can be that's very clear.
I saw my spirit animal last night again. My foxes keep on running in front of me and saying hi.
Yeah, so once you finish this healing, that will lead you to your freedom and your growth, and just trust you're protected. Wow, you're manifesting your dreams. You're going right through the passageway. You're manifesting your dreams. So let go of the uncertainty. You're getting led in the right direction. They were amazing cards this morning.
They are. I'm telling you, the energy's been definitely changing. It's less on the burdensome side and more on the, okay, here's your choice. Even with your lover's card, that was a choice. Do you heal or do you go back on the wheel, right?
Well, it's that, and we've jumped timeline, so it's do you want to jump back into it? But it's also about assessing whether we've come far, and really the test to do you realize you're on the next timeline? Are you going to let that trigger you? So I get it, but you will have options. It's why we're in Earth School. It's a choice. Everything's a choice. So what do you want? So
with that, do we have any questions?
If you want something, you want to go back to the past, there's no shame in that. That's just you wanting to do that. Well, as I'm moving those, the North Node's coming up. That's the third one. So you guys need to get your assessment of your life mission, path forward, destiny. Get your astrology of where your North Node falls in your chart, so you know you're paying attention to that, as well as let's really get into your mission, your soul purpose. So reach out. I am going to start doing those soul purpose assessments and stuff like that. So let us know. Does anyone else have a question? How's everyone else doing? Are these resonating?
Yeah, let's put some comments in there. I want to see the comments start to rise a little bit. And at the same time, for those of you just joining, we are doing one question per person. We do have some time to do some mini reads and mini activations. If you're looking for that, those are paid. So right now, I'm doing a special with light language. Mini light language would be $10. Normally normally my light language is 55 and higher. I'm going to do a special for just the month, the last week of the month. We're 35 for a personalized light language. I have some other specials. Go look at my TikTok page. You'll see it pinned up there. They're only good for a week. One of the most powerful reads I have in the deck is, and I've yet to get one person to take me up on that one because everybody's afraid. And what that is, let me get the other deck here. What's blocking you in love, right? And why is everybody afraid of that? Because then that means that they're going to actually have to take responsibility for their own blocking, because you create your own reality through your own through your own intentions and through your subconscious. And what happens is your subconscious is going to manifest every trauma that you've ever had in the billions of lifetimes you've had until you're ready to face them. And so you can either choose to keep on going back to that hamster wheel of karma, or you can choose to start being aware of what that is and then start actively looking at trying to heal it and release it. The more you heal and release, the more happier, the more lighter your life becomes. It's a process. It's never a one and done. But people who usually will come to Susan and I's live are people who are actually ready to take that first step. And so we're making it really easy. Like I said, I have a sale going on that will make it easier for you to become aware of what it is that's causing you that hamster wheel of karma. And then it's up to you to then start deciding how to heal it. And both Susan and I do healing modalities. Susan does Reiki. I do light language. We both can do card readings, which can help you with the awareness of that. And at the same point, if you feel that life is really, really down, Susan also does life coaching, where help you to get through those little humps in life where you feel like you're somewhere in a valley and there's nothing there. You don't know where to move yourself to, and you feel like you can't dig out of it. Susan's great at that. I would highly recommend that anybody reach out to her for a personal session on that. Even if it's just one to just get you over whatever it is that's holding you back, because the more you release, the more you speak about it, the more you allow, then things start to lighten up. And there's nothing like just kind of letting things kind of flow out and release, because you feel so much lighter afterwards. So please do reach out if you are guided to. And so with that, do we have any questions? Otherwise, I think I am going to see what the nature spirits want to give us today.
Yeah, do that. Yeah,
and
someone
maybe we'll do an abundance.
Gremlin join. I'm like, that reminds me of the 80s, the Gremlin.
Oh yeah, right. And don't feed them.
Don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah. Oops. Let's see if I can find my nature spirits. They're hiding from me, and if the nature spirits don't want to come out, here we go. It's Nature's Whispers. Let's see what they want to tell us today.
Hi, thank you for liking the live. Yeah, Lexi's still sleeping next to me. It's funny.
Yeah. You get her to do a live appearance and pull a few cards, right? Start training her young. All right, so let's see what the nature spirits want to tell us today. Nature spirits, give me 3 cards. Give me a few more than 3, but let's see what we got. So the first one is intuition. Okay, you can see that brain is just filled with so many colors and vibrancy, right? You're tuning into your intuition. It's coming online. Heighten your vitality. And what does that mean? It means, start becoming a little bit more healthy about what you take in, both mentally and physically. Open your heart. Clear out the old. Right, it's time. We've been through this Pluto and Capricorn for a long enough time. Let's get out of that karma energy. Good Reiki or light language will help you release that stuck and blocked energy. Because a lot of times what happens is you'll have learned the lesson, but because you haven't been able to clear out your energy system, it stays stuck in there. And guess what? As it stays stuck, it creates the lesson again, and that's not what you want energetically. You want to release that. So light language, Reiki, both great ways to release those things. Perfect setting. And when we see perfect setting, that's timing is finally getting itself right. Everything is starting to align. Seek beauty. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean, go chasing, shall we say, the illusion or the glamour. What this means is seek the inner beauty, the beauty within yourself. And last but not least, be spontaneous, right? So, be a little bit in the moment, stay in the moment, because that's the only thing that actually is real is the moment, not what's front or what's back. It's always in the moment. And the more you're in the moment, the more you can create.
Those are great cards. Yeah. Let go of the past, move on, stay in the positive. Welcome, KJ. Lynn, thank you for liking the live. I guess it's resonating. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad these messages are getting across. So you're meant to get on here. I'm going to do some of these angel guides. Let's see what's going on. So pop in a question if you have it in the chat. There's one per person, free question. Inner child healing. So Is what's going on. So it's brought us to a little deeper level of inner child healing. So whatever's getting brought up, make sure you're facing that, you're seeing the emotions and you're letting them go, as well as clear, cancel, and release anything negative, anything. We already saw the cord cutting, so make sure you're cutting anything that's pulling on your energy. Maybe do a spiritual bath if you need to, because this has all been just a learning experience. All right, so we have to just trust it's all happening for us, as well as, I think it's nice out today. We can earth and ground outside. Get near a tree, go into nature, take a little walk, depending on how cold or warm it is in your area, and then really meditate. Listen deeply to yourself. Okay, you're being guided. See that person like just sitting, just watching over them with such love. So really, just get into this calm, composure, and trust. And this is the third time, so really cut some cords. A lot of you have some attachments that are holding you back. So if you need that help with that, you can reach out to Larry and see if that's something you need to cut out, or you can do those things as well. Compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for the other person, all right? Everything's happening for you, because that's the only way you're going to be able to take charge and move forward, is cut these cords and have compassion. Whatever was a lesson for you to learn, see it as that. But you really need to forgive yourself, is what I'm getting. That is me always. Oh, that's great, Lynn. I'm glad it's resonating. Is Rashid going to improve our relationship? Okay.
And while Susan's answering that question, don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. There are some holiday sales going on. Look at each of our profiles to see those holiday sales. There's nothing better as a gift that's more unique than a card reading or a healing. So whether Reiki, light language, any of those make an amazing, amazing holiday gift. Something that they'll never forget.
Yeah, let us know. We have gift cards and stuff like that. You can gift this to people. So it says ask something else and possibly. So to me, that's saying you're focusing too much on him. What does that mean with you? Okay, so what is this person bringing out in you that needs to change and improve? Because if we're accepting something that's less than what we deserve, then that is saying a lot of what we need to heal. So no one ever completes us. No one ever can give us what we can't give ourselves first. So if you're asking for him to step it up in the relationship, where can you step it up and show him? And if he does not match that, then that's your answer. Okay, so that's kind of how this world works. I know it can be scary because we're always afraid of losing people, but that is part of the journey. Those that fall away means that there's something better to come along, but it's all about what is reflecting in our outside world is something that we have to work on in our inside world. That's just the way it is. So if he's not the right person for you, then there's a reason you're being asked to find something in you to heal. Okay.
And always look to yourself when you have these things. And a lot of these questions we always get, specifically around love, are always around lack, because is somebody feeling this about me? Is, this person going to commit? Is, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it's really means, are you in a place of lack because you are worried, right? It's a fear-based mentality, and we want to get out of the fear-based mentality, and we want to ask better questions like, love, what's the energies around me at this point, right? What are the energies in my relationship? And so now you're just asking a question about what, not when or how.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to see what's going around you, and that also is very helpful because it's going to change your mindset. So with that, does anybody have any questions?
He's working on himself, healing himself, and wants me to be patient with him. Well, that says a lot. So he is obviously working on himself, and that's all you can do is wish him healing and send him some good energy, and that's amazing. I mean, that's amazing that he's taking that accountability and working on himself. So know that we're not all perfect, and it's a journey. So, but it's a huge step that he's working on himself, and he's seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want them to see it, not be forced into it. Like, don't ever make demands or ultimatums, because ultimately what you're doing is you're asking them to change for you, not for themselves. And if
Yeah.
what you're saying, he's changing because he sees it in himself, as Susan said, that's absolutely amazing. And it's the same for every one of us. If we see something and somebody yells at us and says, "Hey, you need to change it because I don't like your hair color. Or I don't like the fact that your hair is curly and not straight," or whatever it is that they, or they don't
Mm-hmm.
like the shirt you're wearing. Guess what? That's their problem. That's not yours. However, if
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden you're saying, "Hey, I would feel better in myself if I say change my hair color or decided to wear a different type of clothing." Well, that's great because it's for you and you're doing it for you. Don't ever do it for anybody else.
Well, and that's the same for you too. So just make sure, and that's amazing relationship. If you're both working on yourselves together, that's amazing. So
Super
keep,
positive.
yeah, super positive. So just gotta go with it. You're both healing together, and the only thing you can do is be open and compassionate and listen to that person with an open heart, because we've all been wounded. We all have inner child wounds. We can trigger each other very easily, and once you get into that reactive and that nasty, Queen of Swords energy, and defensive mode, that says a lot about ourselves. Okay. Um, yeah, it's definitely encouraging.
Yeah, I don't see any questions on my side. Do you have any more questions on your side, Susan?
No, just Lynn saying that is encouraging. Yeah, so you want to pull some, and then maybe I'll pull some higher self or something.
Okay. So let's look at our abundance. Where's our money coming from? It's that time of the season where everybody's spending more than they're bringing in, most
Mm-hmm.
likely, and it gets us overwhelmed. So let's see where the abundance is going to come over the next month to two
Mm-hmm.
for the people that are watching on this channel, whether live or in the replay, and just make sure you jump on the replay if you haven't seen the whole uh, reading. I do the replay live on YouTube on my Silver Fox spiritual reading channel. Um, Generally, we stay a little bit longer than TikTok will allow us to put the live here. So first
Mm-hmm.
thing Spirit's saying is work smart. I got Einstein up here, right? Work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
Precarious, right? There's been a lot of ups and downs with your finances, and this is a lot of people I know that are having this issue right now. However,
Mm-hmm.
says, you're gonna possibly move up in a position because we've got the business here. Do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You got this. So a lot of you are going to be pushed to enter into a new business or into a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the office, and this is for our entrepreneurs out there. This is something I see a lot with entrepreneurs. They're afraid to delegate. They're micromanaging everybody. Why? Because they're afraid to lose control. And what is that? Again, you hear it: fear, 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 fear. The more you're fearful, the worse things get for you, and start making you crazy. And then last but not least, student, work with a mentor to learn new skills or teach you how to implement your plans. So, some of you guys are now, moving into your spirituality, and you might want to find yourself a mentor to help you hone in those skills because perhaps you're being called to do your own spiritual business. Don't ever let anybody tell you what you need to do. Allow yourself to feel what it is that you need to do, and then go in it with your heart open and, just make sure that your heart is in what you're doing, that you have a love for it, you have a passion for it, because there's nothing worse in this life is to go to a 9 to 5 job every day and just dread waking up every morning, dread the entire hours you're looking at the clock. When is this going to end? How do I get out of here? Because that's really just not good energy. It's stagnant energy. Sometimes you're being forced to put yourself in there to learn to put yourself first and value yourself. And as you start to go in and value yourself, then the newer opportunities will come in.
Yes, or dealing with toxic bosses.
Yeah.
We know that one well. Karmic
Oh, we do.
vibration. Conquer your karmic relationships. So these are messages from your higher self. Conquer your karmic relationships and allow them to teach you so that you don't repeat the same mistakes again. Again, what Lyra was saying, we are in these loops, and it's okay. People don't realize they're in a lot of loops, but that's part of when you can expand and grow to the next level. So it's awareness, it's emotional control, it's what's triggering you. Pay attention to what keeps coming up in your reality. It's trying to teach you to get over that lesson. So make sure you're paying attention. Hi, how are you? All right, so then we have uprooting it, because we have to bring it back to ourselves. We have bad habits too. We have to look at ourselves. You have let bad habits take hold of your life. It's time to uproot them and start fresh if you want to see a positive change. So what is it that you can pay attention to that is holding you back? Because you need to trust the journey. When you experience stagnation in your life, know that it's the next level calling you. Answer the call and let go of the old. Again, this is confirming, let go of that old so you can move to those calmer waters. So what bad habits, what are you holding on to? What karma are you not seeing that's showing up in your reality, asking you to move on? Because a lot of you on top have these unique gifts that are going to be coming in. Your greatest fulfillment in your life will come when you discover your unique gifts, develop and fine-tune your gifts so that you may share them with the world. So a lot of you have these abilities, but until you get through this karma, you're not going to get to this greatness, okay? So it's really knowing and allowing. What you allow, again, will continue. So do you want to stay on that wheel? Do you not? It's really up to you. And there's choice in this lifetime. So there's no yes or bad. It's just, I'm not ready for that next level, or you are. Hello, I just came into the room. What's a loop? Hold on, Wendy. Oh boy.
It's a great question.
It is a great question. Hold on. It's fainted. So let me see if I can. Yeah, I approve it. Okay. Yeah, Wendy. So it is a great question. So it's why I do mindset coaching. It's because we are programmed since childhood and many are loops that we stay in. So the twin flame is a loop. The 9 to 5 is a loop. A lot of love situations people are in are loops that they are not learning from. If you keep getting the same karmic lesson after another in the same person or in a different person, a family friend or a family member is triggering you. What loop do you need to get out of? Everyone has different ones and different lessons, so it really depends. A lot of females have boundaries they have to put up. It's inner child healing. We have abandonment wounds sometimes, so we have to sometimes pick the wrong person just because we're trying to fit that need in ourselves. So it really just depends. There's lots of different loops, and that's what we're stuck with down in this, whether you want to say it's Earth School or darker realm, however some people look at it. But there's definitely loops to keep us from getting to our greatness, from getting our gifts, from getting to where we need to be, to getting to our abundance. So it's really how you see it. So that's what me and Larry are here to do, is to help you release those emotions so you can work through those traumas or whatever's holding you back.
Yeah,
I don't know, Larry, did you want to add
as
to
Susan
that?
says, with that loop, look for triggers in your life that keep repeating. Look for thoughts in your head that keep repeating. If you're focusing on somebody or something too much, or focusing on an outcome, and that thought just keeps on going in over and over again, and you can't sleep because it's looping in your head, that's a loop. Generally, it's parts of yourself that are attacking yourself because you are not releasing that trauma. And it's meant to keep you stuck. It's meant to keep you in low vibration so that you don't ascend, you don't wake up, and you can just, stay in this low vibration and be controlled on Earth, right? So the idea is to heal yourself and be aware. That's the easiest way I can put it.
Yeah.
Awareness is the key, and then you have to choose to once you're aware, you have to choose to decide to do something about it or choose to allow it to happen. There's no judgment.
We're all on different levels, and it's however you've learned in past lives, it's however far along you are in this lifetime. There's you can tell because there's some advanced souls that are here, and they're old souls, and there's some new souls. But everything that's in your inner world is coming in the outside, as we said, to teach you a lesson. So what is that person bringing up in you? What do you need to know? So Lourdes Rodriguez, how are you? Wendy, let me know if you have any other questions or whether that helped explain it to you or not. I was going to do some past life energies. It's a hard one to explain because until you kind of jump through a couple of loops or broken out of some, it's kind of hard to see it. And it's hard to explain it too. Because even when you jump timelines, like some of us quantum leap into the next timeline, it's like you're going through like an ego death and you're rising like a phoenix to get to that next level. So it's like how can I explain this? You know what the best way to explain it is? If you ever played video games as a kid and you get to that next level, it's that same thing. As you keep going to that same level till you can get, I guess, to that perspective and get to that and conquer that level, then you see the next thing. So the best thing to say is you're not going to see the next level until you get to that expertise of that one level, and then you'll see the glimpses, and then you'll start to see the signs that you're ready for that next level. I have, but wasn't aware it had a name. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great way to put it for the video game, Susan. It's when you got to fight the boss and the boss keeps on killing you, when you finally kill the boss and you go to that next level, hey, you see all the little
Then you
trophies
the
come
happy
up and the
dance,
sparkles and the music, and then guess what? Now back to the toilet again. Circle the drain till you get to the
and you
next
have a whole
boss.
new level you have to
Yeah,
conquer. So
another
it's
layer. Yep.
sometimes there's a rest period in between because they know your guides know that you need a little bit of a break and a rest before you get to that next level. All right, so then let's do this past. she's she's laughing. Passions and interests, hobbies, sports. So they're asking you to really delve into what your passions, what excites you, what kind of interests and hobbies can you be getting into? All right, because a lot of them are stuff in our childhood or stuff from past lives that's going to really bring you into your passion. Okay, Archangel Zadkiel, compassion, freedom, forgiveness. Again, this is coming through again. So you're not going to be able to get into your passion until you forgive yourself. You've brought this journey on yourself. So trust it. 40, 41. Wow, we are in alignment. I shuffle these cards to 40, 41, and 42. That's insane. Success. So that's going to bring you to the success of forgiveness, compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Find that passion because that's going to lead you to that. And a lot of it is service to others. All right. And that's what's going to bring you into this alignment and the energetic realm. So life between lives. So we're in this in between. All right. That means in between worlds. You're in this transition to stepping up to that next level. 40, 41, 42, 43, 4. All right, now we're back to 1. All right, and that's going to bring you to this next level where it's going to bring you that peace and tranquility. Wow.
Some great cards, great energies coming through today for the people that are watching. I got to go order myself some spirit animal cards. I wanted to pull a deck of spirit animals. I don't have a spirit animal deck. I may have to order one. See if I can
Right.
find one I like. But I'm going to pull some mermaid cards. Let's see what the mermaids want to say for everybody out here. I think I heard them screaming, pick me, pick me. You don't need the spirit animals. Pick me.
I'm hearing windy. It's windy. It sounds like it's windy outside.
Yeah. So right now the mermaids are saying to you, journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding that treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They're also saying stay the course, perseverance. Make sure you're persevering. If you're going in the spiritual realm and you're working on your spiritual stuff, it's all about perseverance and consistency. If you're consistent and persistent, things will happen. They happen on their own time. It's never a light switch that turns on and turns off. It's all little gradual changes. So if you look back at yourself 2 years, 1 year, even 6 months from this point on, 6 months back, you'll see how much you've changed over that amount of time, and you'd be really shocked at the amount of change. Because if you changed all at once, what would happen is your body would explode because all the programs, everything that's running on inside of you, it would overwhelm you. You wouldn't be able to handle it. You just basically your brain would just explode, the body would explode. So everything has to be unraveled piece by piece. It would be so much easier if you just kind of got thrown into the washing machine and all these programs got ripped off. But the amount of stress that would do to you, because it would create a cognitive dissonance that you couldn't do it all at once, and it's going to have to happen in steps. And what the mermaids are saying, that if you're following that journey and you stay the course, stillness is coming, meaning calm waters, right? And that's where we want to be. We want to be in those calm waters. We want to get out of the energy of chaos. We want to get in the energy of abundance and happiness. And, sometimes happiness means is boring to a certain extent because you're not being thrown into the fire every other minute and trying to get into survival mode. It's more about, hey, I can sit back and watch that little bee fly by and be like, oh, that's a cool little bee or a butterfly. Maybe I even see a unicorn come passing by. Who knows?
Well, that's the same in relationships, I learned too. Some of us are so into those toxic relationships that they can be an adrenaline rush. So when you do meet a good person, it's boring. It can be
Yep.
like peace, and we're not used to that peace because we didn't have that peace in our childhood. So be aware of that, and it can be very triggering. So it's the same thing, you know, once you've been in a traumatic lifelong experiences, now me and Larry are moving into new timelines. It's an adjustment to get to that peace and to feel comfortable with it when you're so used to all that toxicity around you for so long. So feel into it, you know. Let's see, any questions? Thanks for joining. Let's do some money ones. Let's see what's going
Yeah.
on in money.
And so while she's shuffling the deck, one question per person. If you have gotten a question answered, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Put your notifications on so you can see when we go live. Each of us goes live by ourselves as well as together. And we also have other people that we go live with. So, you know, don't miss out on some of the experiences. With that, also, if you are looking for your own personal reading, we do have some personal readings available to you. Look in our profiles for that. I think Susan has her stuff on susantheresa.com, and also on her link tree has all
Mm-hmm.
the information on her menu. If you look in my profile on most of my videos, you'll see a menu of services. And right now it's the holiday season, so think about gift certificates and or, you know, a gifting, a reading, or a healing, because you know that's truly transformational, and it's not like boring, like, you know, getting another game, or, you know, some other thing like Christmas sweaters or socks. You know, nobody likes socks anyway. Underwear might be fun if they're the right kind, but socks, nobody likes socks. And so, you know, maybe consider a nice tarot card reading, or light language healing, Reiki healing, or even a coaching for somebody who's going through a tough phase. Because guess what? You know, these are the gifts that they will remember for a lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
versus, you know, that coffee mug or that shot glass or whatever stupid thing that came out on TV next. You know, the sham wow. Who knows? You know, there's always something, but it makes for a great gift. So do try to look at some of the specials. I do have some specials. If you look at my
Mm-hmm.
page, or a couple of my morning readings, there's some specials that are out there that will only be till the end of November. So with that, let's see what Susan's got around abundance, because we love abundance.
Yeah, so these money matters. So what's coming up is that you're going to have many choices and many options. This is a great card. So you might see it as a dilemma, but look at all your options. You have multiple paths and options, and that what can be overwhelming. So take it step by step, okay? Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Progress steadily, all right? No rush. Again, your efforts will pay off. So trust that you're in this in between, all right? You're fluctuating back and forth. And that's what's causing this confusion. You're kind of one foot in one timeline, one foot in the other timeline, all right? So there is going to be some drastic shifts, so really make sure you are grounding yourself, all right? That's why they want you to know your choices, take it step by step, all right? This is all part of that spiritual work that you're doing. It's all working. It's that inner work. Some of you are going to be coaches. Some of you are going to get into this healer field. All right. Trust your star power. Step into the spotlight. All right. This looks like the little Merkaba. Some of you might have fame, fortune coming in. That's pretty exciting. I'll take it.
Yeah, that is exciting.
I will. One for me.
And for all those that are sitting, getting ready for that Thanksgiving family trauma that's about the best I can put on it, you may want to pre-book yourself a light language or Reiki healing, or even
Mm-hmm.
a life coaching to handle the conversations and the energies during Thanksgiving dinner. We always know that they can be either really pleasant or really traumatic. Most people run out of the house pretty quickly after the dinner because they just can't take the energies anymore. So it makes a
Right.
great way to
Especially if
kind of
anyone's.
release. Yeah.
Well, and seeing the family, seeing siblings can bring up inner child stuff. I think I did pretty well with mine yesterday. So it definitely show me that I've healed a lot because I didn't let it trigger me, which was huge. So
Yep.
really reevaluate and feel into it and feel how you feel into these situations. Okay, it tells you whether you need to do some healing or not. But yeah, you might want to sign up and get a light language from Larry to release anything, any kind of emotions that might be coming up.
Yeah, the holidays are a tough season because a lot, many who are alone during the holiday season, it gets lonely because they see everybody with their family or they're celebrating or they're doing all these things, and then you're not
Mm-hmm.
with somebody and you're like, well, what's wrong with me? No, you got to get out of that mindset. It's what's good with me because I can be by myself and not be triggered. I mean, I had quite a few years where I would just be a mental wreck because I didn't really have anybody for the holidays, and I would just sit in hermit mode myself, sitting with a blanket over my head. And, you know, you have to start being comfortable with yourself because as you become comfortable with yourself and comfortable being alone, then you can have that magnetic energy to allow for things to come into your life because most of us
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be alone for one reason. We don't like ourselves and we're not willing to face ourselves because when we're alone, we're going to have to face ourselves and deal with ourselves. And by healing that, the more you can be alone, the more you don't have to rush out and go to the next thing and find a hobby or find a distraction, the more you know you're starting to really, really get into your healing. And so don't be afraid to be alone sometimes. It can be frightening, but it can also be or empowering once you're able to understand what is it about that experience of being with yourself that's triggering you so much. And awareness is always the key to healing. You have to be aware. Once you're aware, then the rest of it follows once you choose.
Wendy's asking, do you read Akashi records? I can do my own. I haven't completed to do it for other people yet, so I'm still working on that. Larry, is that something you do?
No, I don't do too much with Akashic. For me, I'm more of I read the energies and bring down codes. I
Mm,
download a lot of divine codes from your highest selves uh, and your team as to what you need at that now moment, and I can release a lot of energies. But from an Akashic side, it's never been an interest to me because the only
yeah.
interest I have is helping people release things, not worry about the past because the past is the past. It's gone and it's done.
I was trying to think. I think I'll be on with Shelby later,
She
but she
might do
does
that
more
with her
past life stuff.
QHHT. She does
Yeah.
the You'll do your own Akashic through QHHT.
Yeah, you can do that through her and get on tonight at 8 o'clock. She'll be on. She can walk you through that.
Yeah, there's
Um,
many levels of Akashic records, and so depending upon the person that's reading it, they can read the collective Akashic, they can read your personal Akashic, there's a galactic Akashic. I mean, there's so many levels of it, and the reader has to have access to each of those levels, and you have to get permission. I generally I stay away from anything anybody tells me about me. I generally would go more into looking what energies are around you and just getting your own information on your Akashic for you. That's why QHHT is very powerful because it
mhm.
allows you to go into you and get the information from you because you're going to give you the truth, not looking at it from somebody else's perspective, right? And although they may see it as truth, they see it from their space. They don't see it from your space. And what matters for you is your space.
That's a very good way of saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know where you can hop on tonight, and Shelby can give you her perception of it too. I've had both happen. I had the QHHC regression, past life regression happen, and I've also had maybe one person read my Akashic. Um, and then I took a course to read my own, just so I can work on my own path. But I haven't been pushed to really get into reading others yet, because I think more of the modalities of people are in their awakening. It's more of, yes, like Larry said, it's more of going inward and finding it ourselves, and we help you with releasing that through light language or Reiki, or doing the readings and helping you uncover that stuff yourself.
Yeah. And even the coaching is really, really powerful. Why? Because the idea is you need to heal yourself. And as Susan takes you through your traumas and stuff like that, what's going to happen is you're going to speak your truth. And speaking your truth is empowering because it's coming from inside of you. It's not somebody saying, well, you've got this trauma and you got that trauma. We can do it. We can read those energies, but we're
Yeah.
looking at it not from your perspective, but as you speak, you release, right? And just
Hmm.
allow yourself to release. And sometimes that's just the permission you need to get yourself into that place. And that's why I say that a lot of times the coaching is hugely powerful. I'm not much on coaching. I don't really have the personality for it. However, Susan has excelled in that. So that's something that you might want to reach out to her for. And even if it's just one session, right? To kind of allow yourself to kind of let go of things that you would not normally speak to anybody because of fear, right? And as you release that fear, then you become more empowered and you can start doing other things like the energetic releases and stuff like that. Card readings are fantastic because they give you a snapshot of what your energy is at this now moment. And then you can then become aware of, what it is that you need to do inside of that now moment. Um, and then, work on whatever modality works with you, right? There's a lot of them out there. And
Hmm.
a lot of them can really help. And during this season, it's very difficult for a lot of people for so many different reasons. Whether it's the stress of buying gifts, or whether it's the stress of having to cook or entertain, or just being with your family, or just being alone. I mean, there's so many reasons why this season can not only bring happiness but fear. And what we want to do is release the fear and get more into the happiness and allow that to happen. So, do we have any questions from the viewers?
No, welcome,
Cool.
Holly.
I'm pretty quiet on my side. So
It
if you
is.
haven't asked a question, please put it into the comments.
Yeah, there's 5 on here. So Hope Cole, I love that. Hope, let's join in. Melissa, welcome, welcome. Well, mine should be interesting. I have my reunion this Friday, so that'll be always interesting what that brings up.
Oh, hey,
Oh, hey.
meet all your old flames
Might
from the
actually
back in
need
the
a
day.
drink for that one. I don't really drink. You know what's funny? It's really cute. Um, my nephew yesterday, because the kids are eating in the kitchen and we were getting the food all together, and he's my godchild too. I'm impressed with him. So I was only drinking the cranberry and like ginger ale, which is non-alcoholic. And then, some of the adults and older kids were drinking because they're older. And he's like, you're slowly killing yourself with the alcohol. And I was like, wow. He's calling the adults out. I was like, well, my good dude, you know what's going on. I said, but every once in a while you need one. So,
Yep, or two.
especially when you're dealing with family. Not too much, but it was kind of cute. How fun. You get to show everyone how amazing you are. Oh, that was really sweet of you. 30th reunion from high school. I think I'm aging myself, but I don't know. I see some of them. I'd be excited to see how they're doing. I've had some of them come to me because I've been going through divorces and get Reiki. So I don't know. I feel like as long as I don't let it trigger me, I'll be good because I didn't really like high school.
No, I hated it. I hated
I just
everybody in it.
I played sports, but I kept to myself. I just couldn't deal with the drama of it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where everyone is, but yeah, I guess I can look at it that way. But I'm not going into it to prove anything, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to one of those in 20 years.
So it'll be good to catch up with some of them. I've run into some of them through other friends, but I don't know. I feel like it also is good to just shine bright. Oh, thank you, Melissa. That's really sweet. I don't know. At this point, I always feel like I'm thrown into situations and even like gone on dates where I've had to give them advice and help. So I feel like everyone comes into your reality that you need to help guide. And I just feel like I'm being given as a guide to people. So if someone's there and they need guidance, that I'll probably be channeling it for them. So I don't avoid situations anymore because I feel like they're divinely guided for me for a purpose.
Yeah, you just kind of have to flow through it, and it's a great way to look at it. Sometimes you're gonna be stuck in a place where it's gonna trigger you, and the question is, do you get triggered or do you just take a pause, right? It's we call it a dramatic pause, like in sales. You take that pause, you listen, you breathe back in, and you kind of reset yourself. And as you reset yourself, uh, then sometimes that trigger goes away because you've not allowed it to push you into that anger or that fear energy and
Yeah.
actually being to more of an accepting energy. Okay, I don't like this, but I'm not going to let it stop me, right? And that's kind of a great place to be. You're starting to heal a lot of the major stuff when you start getting into that place of reset.
Yeah, and I think when you get this far in the journey, the hardest part is being aware and seeing things, like seeing my sister like practically not being able to walk, like seeing people that have drank themselves to wherever they are or smoked themselves or unhappiness, and see them stewing in that and how they've kind of let life take its toll. It's hard to watch that. So sometimes it's hard to see people and what they've done, and you know, and then also being aware that I'm the person that's triggering them into that pain or looking into that shadow side can be overwhelming sometimes, because you just want, obviously that's going to work out for their good if they focus on that and they choose the healing, but it can be upsetting that you're throwing people into something they might not be ready for too. So
Right. It's a really good point. I mean, because a lot of people, they get sick, they get diseases, they get all these different things that are going on, and it all starts out energetically. It's energy and contracts, right? So everything
yeah.
you experience, you've actually signed a contract to experience. And so although you're in a choice world, you have to be aware that you signed a contract to experience it to then break the contract, because you can choose to break that contract. Any contract can be broken, but you have to choose to break it. And you have to be aware of the contract, and then you have to release it line by line. And some of those contracts are like books, right? Page by page. Oh, I get the
11:11
TikTok
as we're
muscle. I
talking
get the
here.
TikTok puzzle the minute I talk about
It's
contracts.
11:11 too. Yeah, it's 11:11 too.
Yeah.
So as we get to this age, and why we hermit a lot is because we trigger people, and when we go into spaces, there's obviously lots of people that love it and love to be around our energy, but then as soon as you have someone kind of attack you or give you kind of dirty look, you can tell that you're irritating their demons, and it's usually those people that are hiding behind a mask that don't want them to be shown, and they get very irritated when you kind of can see through them. It could be a fun game. It could be a
Yeah,
fun game.
it could. And so one of the things you also have to look at, because it's funny,
Yeah.
it's good you mentioned the word attacking, right? So everybody goes out there and they puts this 12D shield on, a 20D shield, a 50D shield, and you know what? They're great, but if you're allowing that to happen, meaning you have a contract or you're subconsciously allowing those energies to attack you, you could have any shield you want. You could wear, as much black tourmaline as you want. You can have any crystal there. I mean, I could be sitting on the world's biggest crystal,
Right.
quartz crystal, but I'll still get attacked, right? And the reason why is because I'm allowing it. And at
Hmm.
one level, parts of you allow those attacks. And so you have to do is you have to get into yourself and ask yourself, why am I allowing it? Right? That's
Hmm.
the way to get to awareness. Why am I allowing it? What part of me is okay with this experience? And then you have to then kind of heal that part of you to now allow you to choose the experience in the now moment versus allowing them to kind of override you in the subconscious. And that's another, one of those deeper things that you'll start to get into as you move into this journey.
Well, yeah, and I've had to cut some friends off that were just nasty, and they didn't realize they were projecting stuff onto me. So you just have to pull your energy back once you get to that point. All right, let's see what kind of love, and then we can get maybe messages. Give you a test of what your messages from your person might be like. So
Ooh,
let's pull
yeah, those are
some.
fun. I'm gonna find a deck.
Yeah, you irritating your legs. Almost done. How do you shut that down without being mean in return? Well, it's your energy. You can put like I said, I do my protection. You got to do your protection before you go out. You also have to cleanse your energy after your interactions with people. But once you're doing that work, you really can't help if you're a mirror to them. And if you're on a higher energetic level, um, you're just going to trigger people. It's just the way it is. Like, you just have to be okay with it. That's part of what's going on. So what happens is we each work on our individual levels, because once we start healing ourselves, we unlock that for all the people that are around us, because we're going to start triggering them. And that's how there's so many of us that are working on each other. And it's important for us to go into those spaces to start triggering people so they can all start working on themselves as well as working on their family. So it's all of us helping each other. It's all, we're all walking each other home. Okay. And then if that person chooses that they don't want to see that, that's their choice. But you have to, the biggest part of this journey I had to release was I can't help my family. I can't do the work for other people. And I had to make peace that they have the choice. So even if it's your twin, you have to release that they have this choice. And if they don't want to choose the journey, they don't have to. You have to let it go. And that was probably one of my hardest ones to let go of.
Very hard one. Very hard one. It's deep.
It's a deep one. It was a deep wound, and I had to let it go and, wish him well and hope he's happy with his choices and, be trusting that the soulmate or something else or, just be at peace with it, because he at the end, he's not happy with himself. And, the universe is going to keep triggering him. So, and, unfortunately, they have karmics and they have people that are trying to keep them off their path on their side. So until they start to cut those people off, they are going to learn. This journey is about choosing peace and love above all the material, because that is basically the devil throwing you into that material wealth, or choosing that toxicity, the drinking, the addictions, whatever it is trying to throw you off your path. All right, so for love messages, oh, you're welcome. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like you. Oh, someone likes you. Romance is blooming.
Oh, hey. Hey,
So
I'll
some
take
of you
that
have
one.
this love coming in, and two. So there's twos. You're going to be getting a love call. Someone's going to express themselves to you. So if someone hasn't, they are. Make sure you have compassion, okay? Because they're going through their own journey. And, again, if they chose wrong, they hurt themselves more than they hurt you. Just be aware of your triggers. Be aware of your triggers, okay? Because once you've gone to that next level and you realize that it's okay either way, you're into this abundance. You've learned that level. You've kept that positive mindset. You know that this wasn't about them. It was about you the whole time. Relationship evolving, you evolving into this butterfly, you learning, getting your wings. Okay, you will be talking, conversing. Okay, yeah, text messages. Again, this love call messages are coming through. Clarity, and this is how it kind of showed up, clarity, and then the palm trees peeking out, which is, let's pull it out, stability. So you're going to get this clarity and truth with the sword of truth coming in, and then you're also going to be getting this stability, permanence, growth. So this is showing you both have grown, and trust that. This person, wow, welcoming love. This could be the one. Open your heart. This person has the key. And then this love is coming in. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, great energies. Great cards. This has probably been our best energy reads that we've been pulling.
So we're channeling this love. So here's the thing. It's going to be a test for you. Have you grown too? So don't just be looking at the other person, whether they've grown. Have you grown? Keep bringing it back to yourself. That's going to be the new level to this one.
Yeah, it's amazing. Those are amazing cards. And why the palm tree is stability, for people who don't know, it's because have you ever seen, the tropical islands, those monsoons that come through? That palm tree is flapping in the wind and it bends. It's like, it's like a slinky. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But those roots keep it stuck even in the sand. And, most of those are in sand, but yet that thing's still staying stuck. So it's a great place to be. So I'm
Absolutely.
While you get your messages, deck, I'm going to pull a few messages myself.
I'm going to pull these, what they didn't say, but you go. You get what you need.
And let's see what messages we have for those people who are in separation. And, just remember, like Susan said, that you have to release that person, because if you don't release that person, there's a potential that there's better ones coming in, and what you think may be a twin may actually not be a twin. It may just be a karmic, or what you would call a soul friend, because even the karmics are really your soul's best friends, but they've signed contracts to help you learn lessons, and because of that, hurt you the most is people who love you the most because they're trying to make you grow. And so you have to look at it in that space. And you maybe, as you allow other possibilities can come in. It may be your person that finally comes in because they've decided to release everything too, but don't
Mm-hmm.
tie yourself to that timeline because you may get stuck. And it may not happen for a few decades or for a few lifetimes, maybe a few hundred, you don't know. So first one is energy is merging as love draws closer. Feel our magnetic pull. So we're getting much more pull energy. This is that, hey, it's almost time to soul merge. Lead with love. The rest will follow. Twin flames will merge into one. That's two right in a row saying the same thing. Rise above with love. Twins are mirroring. Again, you're starting to
She's saying,
put
I feel like I'm, well, good.
divine timing is
Ooh.
now. I get tingles on that one, huh? Divine timing is now. Finding
Melissa's
strength.
saying she
You
feels
must
like she's,
find the willpower at this time. So your last test is coming through.
yeah.
Will you save me? I want to make things right. All the things I regret. Well, no, nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to save your twin. Your twin has to save themselves. You have to save yourselves. And as you do that, that will come
Mm-hmm.
through. For you, I will take a chance as we take a leap of faith, right? So that
Oh,
person or whoever you're meant to be with, it could be a complete soulmate. You may not know that person, but they're ready to come in because you've leveled up enough. And are you ready? Trust in my return, ready to level up. And so you're getting confirmation that you've leveled up so that you're going to bring something in or someone in. What that
mm-hmm.
is, we don't know. We allow the universe to kind of make it a nice, happy surprise. It could be a great holiday gift. Um, but tingles with those energies, that means that this is really, really close. When I start feeling those energies tingling, lingling like that, it's like
Yeah.
spidey senses. I'll
No, they
call it the
were
fox
great,
senses. My fox
great
senses are
fun.
tingling.
They are. Well, Melissa was saying, I want to cut you off. I feel like I'm built of rubber, LOL. I've tried that. It doesn't work. Oh my God. Well, so yeah, I mean, I think I ran into this with someone who did like a manifestation course years ago. It's all about surrendering and releasing. Exactly what Larry said. You have to release the who and when and where and what. So if you're not fully releasing that person, you're still pulling on their energy, you're holding it back. So I know it's hard for us to realize that, but we are our own worst enemy. And if we think this is our person, this is the only way it's going to happen, it's just not the way it is. So fully surrender and release it. And that's the only way. Because if you're thinking, oh, it's this person, and you're just waiting and waiting, you're just going to keep pushing it off. So that's why it's important in divine timing. It's about faith over fear and trusting that that person might